Hey guys, Camford15 back at it with another video for you guys, and I am back with another new anime episode review for you guys, as I'm going to be talking about another new anime from the summer of anime 2025, and that is Gachiku Gachikuta, yeah, whatever. I watched the first episode. It came out today. I'm on Crunchyroll. And I wanted to see what this was. I know this show was one of the more highly anticipated shows that a lot of people hyped up, that said, like, no, this is a show that people, you got to watch and you got to see what's going on here. And I was really entertained by this week's episode, and I definitely can't wait to see what's going to happen next. Yeah, man, this episode, it looks good. It looks good as a whole. The anime looks good. I'm very intrigued to see where the story's gonna go. And it definitely does give me those revenge like anime vibes where a character is wronged, unceremoniously, and he basically vows to get revenge on the people that wronged him. And that's what happens to our character, Rudo, at the end of this episode. But we see him how he's kind of scavenging for stuff, and he almost gets caught, but he basically escapes and everything. And we see how in this world there's kind of like, I guess you can say, well, three different, like, I guess you can say districts, right? So you have this one district where, like, I guess the wealthy, people live and everything. You have like this slums like district, and then you have this area that's called the well, right? Basically like this area where you get sent down there, you're basically freaking dead, right? Which it was quite interesting and stuff like that when you just saw it, when you're just like, okay, what the heck is going on here, right? So, or the pit, my bad, I called it the well, the pit. And we find out that Rudo's actually like blood related father. He ended up like being accused of something, and he ended up getting thrown into the pit. And basically the thing is, it's really, you're only thrown into the pit, especially for like these people that live in these like in the slums area, like, and everything, right? And when I was watching it, it really actually like gave me the vibes of like Final Fantasy VII in the first half of the game, right? Where, the upper echelon people, and the rich people and the more militaristic type of people, they live at the top, right? And then the slums area, which where the game takes place in, that's where most of the other main characters are at, which I was like, oh, okay, interesting dynamic there. So I don't know if they maybe I don't know if like the main source materials author kind of took inspiration from Final Fantasy VII in terms of their like districts and stuff like that, right? Um, so, there's that, right? But you just have it to where, Rudo, he's got like this fatherly figure called Rego, or Regto, if that's how you pronounce his name, right? And he basically looks after Rudo, and he's a good father figure. He's a good father figure. We also see like how Rudo has kind of this nice relationship with this girl he likes named Chiwa. And he's very much into her. You can tell, like, okay, he's into her, she may be into him, because like these dudes, they start to say like, oh, this dude Rudo was nothing special, but she was like, no, he's a nice guy. You guys need to stop being mean to him and everything. And you see like, okay, he actually genuinely likes her and everything and stuff like that. And it's crazy because then you have it to where he goes back, and I love how the fatherly figure, he's like, oh, were you didn't, you're not saying the right thing when you're talking Chiwa. And he's like, oh, shut up, right? And then also we see with Rudo, his hands are all fucked up. Like, we don't know what happened to his hands, but he got in a very bad accident. where his hands are all effed up and everything, and that's why he wears these gloves and everything. But like his hands like were all effed up, like they were like burned to a crisp and then cut up and worn out. And I'm like, Jesus, what the hell happened to you? Um, so there's that, and then he kind of, and then his adoptive father basically is like, hey, fix that doll up, give it to her, and just tell her how you feel. So, um, over the time, he's going to look for Chiwa, and then he actually sees somebody getting thrown into the pit. And she was there, and she's like, "Oh, well, you're looking at that happening." She's like, "Well, I hope you don't do anything bad that's gonna make you, get thrown into the pit or anything, right?" And he's like, "Yeah," because she's like, "Yeah, because it's because we both love you." And that shit was funny. He's like, "Wait, what? What did you say?" And she's like, "Oh, I didn't mean anything like that. I'm just saying like how Ruto and love you." And but it was hilarious, right? But then, Jesus, I swallowed something down the wrong pipe. Let me get some drink. But you have it where he does give like the stuffed animal he got from the thing, the from like the dumpster, in the upper world, right? To her, and she's like appreciative. She's like, okay, yeah, I'll take care of it and everything. And he's like, oh, I gotta tell my dad what happened. I should probably tell him like if I should go back and tell him like how I feel and stuff like that. And then this man walks into this dude that impaled him, and I'm like, oh great, here we go. I'm like, this anime was too gritty to be too damn happy for the first episode, right? Yeah, I should have seen that shit coming. Right. So then because of it, he ends up getting beat up by the dude, gets knocked out, but then when he awakens, his adoptive father's like, you need to run right now. But it's too little too late. The authorities show up and they're like, you killed this man. And Rudo's like, I did nothing. There was somebody else that did this. And he's like, and the forcer's like, please, you got the blood over here, and you're at the scene of the crime. So how can you say you didn't do it right now? Personally, if you ask me, yes. You can accuse him of doing it, but you got to get all parties' invoices. But then again, you can make the case, well, there is nobody else that saw anything what happened, so there is no witnesses. So technically, he would not be able to defend himself, right? So either or, he got screwed over. So he has basically got framed for killing his adoptive father. Everybody's shocked by this. And then you see it where Chi was like, it would make no sense. Like, why would he do something like that? And eventually you have it to where the dude's being hanged, to be dropped into the pit. And then he's looking around. He sees Chiwa, and she was like, I can't believe you did it. She's like, I guess you're a liar, because you're your father's killer. I'm like, damn. I'm like, he lost his girl. And I guess I can't blame her. She doesn't know the full picture. She doesn't know the story. So of course she's gonna say that. So my man's lost a girl. He lost the girl. Damn it. First episode and he lost the girl. But then he sees the dude that did kill his father. I don't know if this masked individual had something to do, or wanted to get revenge on his adoptive father for whatever reason. I guess we'll find out as the episodes go on. But basically, as Rudo is dropping, he's talking about how he's gonna live and he's gonna get all these people back and kill them all, right? We'll see if he does that. But yeah, but the episode kind of ends off on a cliffhanger where he gets dropped down into the pit, and it's like this, basically like this freaking just straight up garbage everywhere. And essentially he sees like this freaking kaiju that's just made of trash just awakening, and that's where the first episode ends. So look, man, I'm already hooked into this. I'm gonna be interested to see where the story's gonna go as we watch on a week-to-week basis. But I'm very much intrigued to see how it's gonna be going. So yeah, but anyways, I'm gonna get out of here, guys, and I'm gonna catch you guys in the next video. Until then, guys, stay safe out there. Have a good rest of your day or your night. I'm watching this video. Until then, guys, peace.